In this episode, we're traveling from Nicaragua up to Florida to play in the PPA Cape Coral Open. I'm playing 4.5 in all divisions, singles, doubles, and mixed. The rest of the family is competing as well, at 3.5, 4.0, and 4.5. Follow along as we bring you through our experience at the PPA Cape Coral Open. My whole family flew into the US 11 days before the tournament to settle in, adjust to the conditions, and get ready for what was ahead. The flight from Managua to Miami was smooth, and it felt good to be back in the States. And the next morning, we made the drive west to Cape Coral. If you're new to our channel, I'm Jeremy. This is my sister Abby, my mom, and my dad. And this is my other sister Mackenzie. Behind her are my other siblings, Leah, Joel, and Izzy. We're known as the Pickleball family. This is our journey to 5.0. Getting here early made a big difference. It gave us time to adjust to the slightly different courts and get in a lot of drilling. We played in the midday heat, under the lights at night, and got a feeling for playing in the wind. Five days before the tournament, my sister Abby and I got sick.
Is you feeling better or what?
A little bit better.
Yeah.
Had to hold garlic.
Yeah, those garlics.
Had to hold garlic in the elderberry echinacea prep. Since competition was starting in just a few days, I wanted us to get better as quickly as possible. I had us eating tons of raw garlic and taking supplements like zinc and magnesium. We also went really extreme with raw goat's milk kefir. We really wanted to be healthy for the tournament, so we made sure to help our bodies recover as quickly as possible. What do you think about PPA Cape Coral?
Well, I really like the venue. I think if we ever get around to building courts of our own, borrow a few ideas from what they've done here. It's pretty nice. It's been cold and windy in Florida. It was like this last year, just not as cold.
Yeah.
Being here a week in advance and training on the courts has been a game changer, I think. Getting used to what it's like in the morning, getting used to where the sun's at, what the lights are like at night, wind, the visibility. Yeah, I think that's been a smart decision for us to get some good reps in before we compete here.
Yep. The day before the tournament, we spent some time at the venue watching the pros play on championship court.
10-10.
Watching the pros play in person was eye-opening, as it always is. The speed, the control, and most importantly, the consistency, it's just on another level. At 4-5, the game already feels fast, but watching the pros, you realize how much sharper you have to play at 5-0 and above. Every dink has purpose, every footstep matters. Every small mistake gets punished. I know I still have a long way to go. All the top players like Ben Johns, Annalie Waters, Hunter Johnston, Federico Staxrud, and Anna Bright were competing that weekend. Watching them up close was both inspiring and a reminder of the level I'm chasing. Night before the tournament.
That's right.
Yep.
That's where my Adam guy kicked you guys off.
You have fun tonight?
Yeah.
Got some good reps at the 5.0 level. What do you think of that?
It's good. Yeah, that
Validation of where your strengths and weaknesses lie, and some of the progress.
we're getting better at stacking.
All the drills are paying off.
Yeah. And also I know what I need to work on now, but I'm not gonna think or talk about that until after the tournament.
Right. Attaboy. Attaboy.
Alright, early morning, Friday morning, singles time. What's going through your mind right now, Abby?
Warm up. That's it.
Alright, you nervous?
Yeah. A little bit, but everybody's
Foggy morning.
Foggy morning.
Foggy morning. Alright, so your singles starts at what time?
9 a.m.
Singles 4-5 starts at 3:30, and then Mackenzie's singles 4-0 starts at 6:30. So we'll be there all day, which is great. Watch yourself. Oh, my shoes. I didn't bring my shoes. Skechers as my mains, Asics as my backups.
Nothing like a beautiful day to chase my blues away. Nothing like a beautiful day to chase my blues away.
Probably a little bit. It'll clear up, but once the sun comes up. Alright, she's on court SC4, Leah. All the way over there, inside the venue. Once my matches started, it was time for battle. I felt like I was moving good, and my drop volleys were really on point. I went into this tournament wanting to play my own style of singles. Not mini tennis, but legit cat and mouse pickleball points. For the most part, it worked out. I lost my second match and went to the back draw. The mindset you need for the back draw is different. Games are shorter, and the best you can win is bronze. Still, a medal is a medal, and I wanted all the tournament match experience I could get.
court 28, please. Michael Petrie.
I pushed my way through the back draw and made it to the bronze medal match, where I fell short. I ended the day placing 4th in men's 4-5 singles. It wasn't the result I ultimately wanted, but it was still a step forward in the journey. I feel pretty good about how I played in that tournament. You know, like making it to the bronze medal match in a 4-5 singles is a good result, and I'm happy with it. There are a few things, though, that I know I need to adjust. For example, in Cape Coral, I was using my RPM wide body paddle, and everyone knows using a wide body paddle in singles is not the most optimal, you know? So I've started using the Yola Pro 4 Agassi paddle, which is insane for singles. So a lot better drives and a lot better reach up at the kitchen. So new paddle plus a few things I need to button down. First one being my 2E drive needs to be like, it needs to be a strength. I wouldn't say it's a weakness of mine, but it's not offensive enough. So I'm really working on that right now. The other thing I'm working on is my forehand inside in, because I was realizing every time I got a ball to my forehand, I would always drive down the line, and that just becomes predictable. Other things I'm working on are up at the net, the volleys. I need to work on my forehand drop volley, and then I need to work on my offensive 2E volley, where I like roll the ball. Because in that bronze medal match, the guy was targeting my backhand volley for sure. He put a lot of balls to my backhand volley, and I just wasn't being offensive on enough of them. And then the other thing I would say I need to adjust is when I'm playing a lefty, I need to realize that I'm playing a lefty and flip all my patterns. Other than that, though, I feel pretty good with how I was moving, shot selection. The other thing I would say I need to work on is my serve and return. My serve was not offensive enough, and my returns were also not offensive enough. So I need to go for it a lot more on the serve, which the Agassi paddle is helping me a lot with. And then for the returns, I need to be picking my spots, like same with the serve, but with the returns even more so. Like, am I making him move to hit it, or am I gonna play the return to his body? You know, I need to be conscious of that sort of thing. And I think I'll learn a lot of that just by watching a lot of pro pickleball.
A quick interruption to tell you about our newsletter, The Palmera Perspective. You can get subscribed over at palmerapickleball.com. Take that opportunity now, head on over, enter your email address, and on that newsletter you'll get access to insider knowledge of our developments as we build out the venue inside of Rancho Santana. Thanks for watching. Let's get back to your video.
All right, Leah, we got 4 games to 15 before we get to the medal round. How do you feel?
On Saturday, Gender Doubles Day, my sister Leah and my mom teamed up together for the first time in a tournament. They didn't get any wins, but they had a lot of fun out there playing together.
Nice, ladies.
Later on, my other sisters, Abby and Mackenzie, played women's doubles 4-5 together. They were both pretty nervous heading into their matches, and they didn't end up winning anything either. Still lots to learn.
Great point. Nice, Abby. Great job.
And then before we knew it, it was time for my dad and I to get on the court together and see what we could do as a team. Our first matchup was against these two guys that had pretty high duper ratings compared to ours. Since our current duper ratings are around the 3.5 level, the way the PPA sets up the bracket, they always seed us against the team with the highest duper rating. We knew what to expect going in, but we still played tight, and unfortunately we didn't get the win. So we lost the first match, but now we're on to the back draw. And yeah, we're just gonna play patient but aggressive and not hesitate on easy stuff.
Patient aggression.
Yeah.
Let's
go.
go.
Yeah. Court 11.
Name.
Jeremy, court 1. Nice. Then it was on to the back draw, and like I mentioned earlier, my mindset there is a bit different. You gotta really grind, and the short games to 15 feel like sprints. Usually in my experience, whoever gets to 8 first and switches ends up taking the game. In this first back draw match, even though they got up on us like 10-2, we were still able to come back and win it 15-10, which felt pretty good. I think we might have a game up, Dad.
What's that? So you guys still have a few more? I wonder if I should go home and get
Yeah, we're up, Dad.
get everybody else.
For our last match of the day, which was the second match in the backdraw, we were both feeling pretty tired. They ended up picking on my dad for most of the game, and neither of us played our best. So we ended up losing that one. After the tournament ended, we did something we've never really done before. We went back and broke down the matches point by point, looking at all the footage, analyzing the decisions, the patterns, the shots that worked, and the ones that didn't. Because if the goal is to reach 5-0, improvement has to be intentional. And the best way to get better is to slow everything down and study the game.
So Jeremy and I finished up the match analysis that we did from the footage of our games at men's 4-5, and we did a very statistical scrape of that video feed. And it was an arduous process. It was really a two-person process, but we filled out a pretty deep spreadsheet that extracted things like number of shots in the rally, how many shots successfully executed by player, errors, what led to the error, what was the shot that was errored, what was the quality of the return, quality of the serve, third shot, quality, and what type. What we're trying to do is isolate who's being targeted, who's the better player, who's got the lower error rate. If you know, whatever you are erroring on, what is it? And also coding the errors. Was it a positioning error, a shot selection error, an emotional error? Or was it an error that resulted that, you know, you errored a ball, but it was really what led to the error was your partner hitting a suboptimal, a neutral shot or a poor shot that led to your error.
As we did our match analysis, basically our conclusion is we were holding off on stuff that it should have just been like, just hit the ball, you know? And the biggest thing when we did our match analysis, which I found pretty interesting, was it's the same shot for both of us that we messed up a whole bunch during the match, which is our forehand volley. So, been drilling that lately, so that next time we're not missing those. But other than that, we weren't like, apart from like the odd missed third shot or poorly decided speed up, it's not like we were impatient at the kitchen line, like we were dinking. And we were making our thirds, we were making our serves and returns for the most part. But yeah, I think the biggest takeaway is that we just need to go for it more. Like when the ball is there, like go for it and hit it. Like when you get a put away ball, like put it away. The other thing I would say is being more comfortable at the kitchen line, like dinking. There was like a couple balls that were like bad speed ups or like really risky speed ups, and it's just unnecessary, you know? So just be more comfortable at the kitchen, move them around. And then again, being conscious of when we're playing against a lefty. The other thing my dad and I did in this tournament, which was not optimal, was stacking
just
kind of just as we went.
Yeah. But our freestyle stacking is so weird.
Yeah, right.
Why am I back on the right? Like, why?
That's just, yeah, we gotta stop that.
We gotta stop it. It's just
oh my.
inconsistent.
This has all been a very interesting, insightful experience that we're using the data, the insights from this analysis to then define our sprints for our drilling. And we're doing now sprints. So what is a sprint? A sprint is like a 1 to 2 week theme for the drilling. And we're getting very structured and deliberate about how much, you know, our time are we on the court? What are we doing for conditioning off the court? But when we are on the court, what are we doing with that time? There's a specific time for games, for community ball, and then for drilling, and then within the drilling hours in a week, what exactly is being worked on. And yeah, I can tell you, I'm quite confident, being a big believer in neuroplasticity, that, you know, if you just do the right things and you have a good attitude, you know, the neurophysiology of how you're mentally framing things, how you're building confidence. Confidence a lot of times just comes from having the repetitions, the familiarity, but also it requires honest introspection of, you know, what are the errors. So the good of doing this match analysis with Jeremy is that it's very clear to me that we are ready to get to the 5.0 level. It's there.
I'm back middle. So
the
essentially,
correct-
I didn't even sculpt. I should have just been middle.
Yeah, Jeremy's backhand slice dink that needed to be middle, that needed to be a middle safety dink that wasn't placed safely enough
In the
into
middle.
the middle.
Yeah.
So that's, I mean, but the more we can characterize this
Yeah,
stuff, the
yeah.
better.
Overall, this was a fun tournament, and as usual, we learned a lot. For now, it's back to the grind. In the next episode, after a few weeks of drilling, we'll be playing a local tournament here in Nicaragua, where we're partnering with friends and family members we don't usually play with. I'll also be getting my hands on the new RPM V2 paddle, the James Ignatowicz signature model. I can't wait to try it and see the advantage it gives me on the court. Until the next episode, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next one.